Emotional regulation under pressure is the difference between reacting like your past and responding like your future. Most people think regulation means staying calm at all times, but real regulation has nothing to do with suppressing emotion. Regulation is the ability to stay present, oriented, and self-directed when intensity rises. Pressure reveals patterns. When things are easy, anyone can appear regulated. When stakes are high, timelines are tight, emotions are activated, or expectations collide, the nervous system defaults to what it knows. That default is what we are training today. Pressure is not the problem. Dysregulation is. Pressure is neutral. It only exposes whether your nervous system has the capacity to stay online or whether it collapses into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Emotional regulation is not a mindset trick. It is a psychological skill. And like any skill, it can be trained. When pressure hits, the nervous system asks one question: am I safe? If the answer is no, the body takes control. Logic goes offline, identity contracts, old behaviors surface. This is why people say things they don't mean, they shut down when they want to speak, overact to small triggers, or abandon boundaries under stress. These are not moral failures, they are nervous system responses. The goal of regulation is not to eliminate activation. Activation is normal. The goal is to remain self-led while activated. That is the hallmark of maturity, leadership, and confidence. Regulated people are not emotionless. They are responsive instead of reactive. Let's get practical. Emotional regulation under pressure has three phases: preparation, interruption, and recovery. Most people only try to regulate in the moment, which is the hardest time to do it. Real regulation starts before pressure hits. Preparation means building baseline capacity. If your nervous system is already exhausted, overstimulated, or dysregulated, pressure will overwhelm you faster. This is why daily regulation practices matter. Sleep, breath, movement, nutrition, and boundaries are not lifestyle preferences. They are nervous system maintenance. You cannot regulate under pressure if you neglect regulation outside of pressure. Interruption is what happens when pressure hits. This is the moment where most people lose agency. The key is slowing the response just enough to regain choice. A 5-second pause can change everything. Pressure accelerates behavior. Regulation slows it down. That pause allows the prefrontal cortex to re-engage. Without it, the body runs the show. The simplest interruption tool is breath. Not deep, dramatic breathing, but slow, controlled exhalation. Long exhales signal safety to the nervous system. When pressure rises, inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Exhale through the mouth for 6. Do this twice before responding. This is not about calming down, it is about staying online. The third phase is recovery. Most people ignore this phase, but it's where long-term regulation is built. After pressure passes, the nervous system needs to discharge residual activation. If you skip recovery, stress accumulates. This leads to burnout, irritability, and emotional numbness. Recovery can be as simple as walking, shaking out tension, journaling, or naming what happened out loud. Integration prevents repetition. Now let's talk about emotional hijacking. When pressure hits, your nervous system may pull from old memory banks. A current situation feels bigger than it is because it is layered with unresolved past experiences. This is why small things can feel overwhelming. Regulation requires separating the present from the past. Ask yourself under pressure, what age does this feel like? That question alone can reduce intensity by restoring perspective. Another key distinction is between urgency and importance. Pressure creates urgency. Urgency is not always real. Many people react quickly to relieve discomfort rather than responding wisely to serve long-term alignment. Regulation allows you to tolerate discomfort without rushing resolution. That tolerance is power. Here is the most important reframe. Regulation is not passive. It is an active self-leadership. When you regulate, you are choosing how energy moves through your body. You are deciding whether pressure sharpens you or collapses you. Regulated people don't avoid pressure. They expand their capacity to hold it. Now let's anchor this in immediate action. Today you will practice regulation intentionally in one pressured situation, not a catastrophic one, a manageable one. When pressure arises, do 3 things. Pause, breathe, orient. Pause for 5 seconds, breathe with a longer exhale, Orient by naming 3 things you can see or feel in your body, then respond. That sequence trains your nervous system to stay present under stress. Over time, this practice rewires your baseline. Pressure stops feeling threatening. You stop bracing, you stop snapping. You stop abandoning yourself to manage others. Regulation becomes your default. That is emotional mastery. You don't become regulated by avoiding stress. You become regulated by meeting stress with skill. That is what we are training here. Pressure doesn't go away as you grow. Your capacity increases. And that is the real power.